Ladies and gentlemen.
The Black Sabbath lead singer Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76.
Hello, and welcome back to the Storyteller's Archive. Today, we delve into a final chapter that perfectly encapsulates a truly legendary life: the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness himself. The world mourned when news broke that the godfather of heavy metal had died at 76 on July 22, 2025. Tributes flooded in, celebrating his monumental impact on music and culture.
Ozzy Osbourne's official cause of death has been revealed.
But amidst the grief and the reminiscing, a small detail emerged from the most official and somber of documents: his death certificate. And this detail? It wasn't just factual, it was funny, heartfelt, and quintessentially Ozzy. Forget musician or singer. His occupation was listed, quite officially, as songwriter, performer, and rock legend. Today, we explore Ozzy's remarkable journey, his final farewell, and why this unique, irreverent tribute on his death certificate is the perfect final wink from a true icon. Let's begin. The news on July 22, 2025, sent shockwaves far beyond the world of rock and metal. Ozzy Osbourne, born John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, England, had passed away at his home at the age of 76. The official cause was cardiac arrest, with contributing factors being his long public battle with Parkinson's disease and underlying coronary artery disease. It was a stark reminder of the physical toll taken by a life lived incredibly intensely. Decades of groundbreaking music, infamous excess, triumphant comebacks, and relentless touring. This wasn't merely the death of a singer. It felt like the end of an era. Ozzy's journey was unparalleled, from the working-class streets of post-war Birmingham to co-founding the band that essentially invented heavy metal, Black Sabbath, from the depths of addiction and being fired from that very band to an even more colossal solo career that made him a global superstar. From biting the head off a bat to becoming a beloved, bewildered reality TV dad on The Osbournes, his influence was seismic. The tributes poured in instantly, a testament to his reach. Legends like Metallica, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, Elton John, and countless others shared their grief and admiration. Fans worldwide shared stories. The message was universal. Ozzy Osbourne wasn't just a musician. He was a force of nature who reshaped the soundscape of rock, defined rebellion for generations, and left an indelible, often chaotic mark on popular culture itself. The noise of remembrance was deafening, but then a quieter detail surfaced, cutting through with perfect clarity. Death certificates are, by their nature, clinical documents. They record facts: name, date of birth, date of death, cause of death, and occupation. It's usually a straightforward entry: retired carpenter, teacher, nurse. Even for global icons, it's typically something like musician, singer, or entertainer. But when it came time to officially record Ozzy Osbourne's passing, his family, specifically his daughter May, who filed the paperwork in London, chose a different path. They bypassed the mundane, the bureaucratic, and went straight for the undeniable truth. In the box designated for occupation, May didn't write singer or retired musician. She wrote songwriter, performer, and rock legend. Let that sink in. Rock legend. That's not a job title you find listed on a tax form or a resume. It's not an official classification. It's something far more powerful. It's the highest honor bestowed by fans, by history, by the cultural consensus. It's recognition earned through decades of groundbreaking work, undeniable influence, and sheer, unforgettable presence. May Osbourne, knowing her father's spirit, legacy, and sense of humor intimately, made a deliberate choice. This wasn't an error, nor was it mere hyperbole. It was a final, loving, and frankly hilarious tribute. It was the family claiming his rightful title in the most permanent record possible, delivered with that signature Ozzy wink. It transformed a somber document into a powerful statement. So, why does this specific title resonate so deeply? Why does rock legend feel infinitely more fitting than musician for Ozzy Osbourne? The answer lies in the sheer scale of what he achieved. Calling Ozzy a musician feels almost reductive. He didn't just play music, he helped invent an entire genre. With Black Sabbath in the early 1970s, alongside Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, he helped forge the heavy, ominous, riff-driven sound that became heavy metal. Songs like Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and Iron Man weren't just hits, they were blueprints. His solo career, launched after his departure from Sabbath, propelled him to even greater global fame. Driven by the songwriting and guitar prowess of Randy Rhoads and later Jake E. Lee and Zakk Wylde, albums like Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman became metal landmarks. Tracks like Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, and Bark at the Moon are etched into rock history. Ozzy became the ultimate rock rebel who somehow permeated the mainstream. He embodied the spirit of the genre, the excess, the danger, the defiance, but crucially, also the sheer, unadulterated fun and the deep, primal connection with his audience. He sold over 100 million records. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once with Black Sabbath and once as a solo artist. He founded Ozzfest, a touring festival that became a rite of passage for metal bands and fans for decades. Listing Rock Legend acknowledges that Ozzy transcended the job description of a musician. He became the archetype. He was the legend. Aimee putting that title on the death certificate was more than daughterly pride. It was the family saying, "The world knows it, we know it, and now, the official record will reflect it." It was staking his claim on history in the most Ozzy way possible. Reports from close to the Osbourne family suggested they found genuine solace in memorializing Ozzy with such honesty and affection on the death certificate. It reflected his own spirit, an ability to find humor and defy convention, even in the face of life's most profound moments. A few days after his passing, a private memorial service was held in Buckinghamshire, England. Over 100 close friends, family members, and fellow music legends gathered to say their final goodbyes. Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy's wife, manager, and steadfast rock for over 40 tumultuous and triumphant years, was of course present, alongside their children Jack, Kelly, and Aimee. The atmosphere, while undoubtedly sad, was also filled with shared memories and, reportedly, laughter. Former Black Sabbath bandmates reminisced about the chaotic, groundbreaking early days. Stars deeply influenced by Ozzy, like Marilyn Manson and Metallica's James Hetfield, paid their heartfelt respects. But the stories shared weren't solely about the music, the fame, or the scandals. They were about Ozzy the man, his unexpected kindness, his deep loyalty to those he loved, his ridiculous, often self-deprecating, and utterly unique sense of humor that persisted right up until the end, even through his difficult health struggles with Parkinson's and the aftermath of accidents. That rock legend designation on the certificate felt like an extension of these personal tributes. It acknowledged the larger-than-life persona the world saw, and the genuine, often funny person his family and close circle knew behind the scenes. It was a final inside joke shared with the world. And that humor, that was absolutely central to who Ozzy was. It wasn't separate from the music. It was woven into the fabric of his persona and his appeal. His brand of comedy was often chaotic, unintentional, and born from the sheer absurdity of his life. Think about the infamous bat incident. While horrifying and dangerous, and certainly not something to emulate, It became a legendary, almost cartoonish symbol of rock and roll extremity, pure, unadulterated Ozzy madness. His interviews were legendary, not just for the stories, but for the way he told them. That iconic Brummy accent, the mumbled non sequiturs, the moments of utter bewilderment. He was often funniest when he wasn't trying to be. Then came the Osbournes. Reality television was forever changed when MTV showed the world the chaotic, profanity-laden, yet undeniably loving chaos of the Osbourne household. Ozzy, the Dark Lord of Metal, became the bewildered patriarch, lost in his own mansion, battling with the remote control, muttering at the dogs, and endlessly calling for Sharon. It was genius because it was real. It shattered the onstage persona and revealed the relatable, flawed, funny human being underneath. He never lost his ability to laugh at himself, even as the Prince of Darkness. Listing rock legend as his occupation fits this pattern flawlessly. It's a final official wink to the audience. It acknowledges the inherent absurdity of trying to categorize a force like Ozzy in a bureaucratic box, while simultaneously declaring his undeniable, elevated status. It's a joke, a genuinely funny one, delivered with deep affection and understanding. It's exactly the kind of thing Ozzy himself would have appreciated, maybe even chuckled at. Beyond the laughs, the bats, and the reality TV, Ozzy Osbourne's legacy is simply monumental. His story is one of extraordinary transformation. John Osbourne from Aston, Birmingham, became Ozzy, a global icon synonymous with rock rebellion. His musical achievements are staggering, co-founding Black Sabbath and defining heavy metal, launching an even more successful solo career, selling over 100 million records, creating anthems like Crazy Train, Paranoid, Iron Man, Bark at the Moon, and No More Tears that soundtracked generations, being inducted into the Rock Hall twice, founding Ozzfest, which launched countless careers. But his influence bled far beyond the recording studio or the stage. He shaped fashion, the look of metal with its dark clothing, crosses, and long hair. He defined an attitude, the outsider, the rebel, the survivor. He became the very image of the rock star. The Osbournes revolutionized reality television, proving audiences craved seeing the messy, authentic humanity behind the fame, flaws, and all. Through it all, the addiction battles, the recovery, the health struggles, the controversies, and the immense global success, he remained stubbornly, authentically Ozzy. Flawed, fearless, unpredictable, often bewildering, but also possessing a surprising vulnerability, deep loyalty, and that irrepressible, dark sense of humor. He was the Prince of Darkness with a surprisingly soft center. That rock legend title on his death certificate, it's the ultimate, succinct summary. It encapsulates the seismic musical innovation, the profound cultural impact, the wild, unpredictable ride, and the utterly unique character that could only belong to Ozzy Osbourne. It's a title earned through a lifetime of unforgettable noise. And so, in the end, Ozzy Osbourne's death certificate might be one of the few official documents to capture a truth that transcends bureaucracy. Songwriter, performer, and rock legend. It's funny, it's heartfelt, it's irreverent, and it's undeniably perfectly accurate. His life was a masterclass in living loudly, embracing the chaos, defying expectations, surviving the impossible, and finding humor in the darkest corners. He reminded us that even when you're reshaping the sound of music and becoming a global icon, you never have to take yourself too seriously. What do you think? Was Rock Legend the perfect final title for the Prince of Darkness? Let me know in the comments below. Share your favorite Ozzy memory. Was it a specific Black Sabbath riff that shook you? A solo anthem that defined a moment? His bewildered charm on The Osbournes? Or maybe just the sheer audacity of his existence? I'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this journey through Ozzy's incredible life and his unforgettable final tribute, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And consider subscribing to the Storytellers Archive for more deep dives into the lives and legacies of the icons who shaped our world. Thanks so much for listening and remembering Ozzy with me today. Until next time, keep rocking, and maybe try not to bite the head off anything. Take care.
Yeah, I was sad to see the news that Hulk Hogan passed away today.
But today something hit. I don't know what hit, but I look terrible because I've been crying. And yesterday I went to try to go have Botox and shit, and they bruised me like, I don't know. But
Yo, Shade Nation, buckle up! We got soul tears, surgery snubs, and a dead daddy saga that's messier than a WWE SmackDown.
You guys just talk. So I had my mom on my cell phone and I was like, here, Dad, it's for you.
Brooke Hogan just dropped the mic on Hulk's grave. And honey, she's spilling tea hotter than Florida asphalt. You thought your family was toxic? Wait till you hear why this legend ghosted his own daughter through 25 surgeries. Let's go. Peep the vibes.
But he's my dad. I love him. And you know, he's so nice to everybody too.
5 days after Hulk flatlined, Brooke hits IG writing novels, y'all.
Brooke, officially welcome to Impact Wrestling. What a welcome.
She ain't just sad, she's exposing the Matrix. First, she shouts, "Daddy's blood in my veins, his eyes in my babies."
I'm so sorry that I wasn't there with my dad in his final moments. Dad, please forgive me. God, why did you do this? Why did you take my dad away from me?
But then, record scratch. She dunks on the fake news trying to say they beefed over some big fight. Nah, she says it was private phone calls. Secrets so deep, TMZ could never.
I'm still 12 years old in his mind. He's very protective.
Y'all hear that? 25 surgeries she held his hand through. Then out of nowhere, homeboy hit her with the "don't come" text. She called it a thick veil. Nah fam, that's the ultimate shade curtain.
Sharing an emotional video montage and a lengthy tribute about their complicated relationship. I turned around.
Now let's rewind the drama. September 2023. Hulk's marrying wifey number 3, Sky Daily, and Brooke ain't pull up.
I guess because when you guys were getting married, you handed her your bouquet. That makes her next. And her birthday was last Thursday.
Sources whisper that was the final nail. But their last convo, 2 weeks for the wedding, and sis dropped this gem. "I love you, Dad." She told him chill on work. Dude's health was trashed. But Hulk mimics wrestling pose.
I don't support what he said. He's my dad. I love him. And you know what? The reason why I'm standing by his side on this whole thing is because I know him. And that's not how we were raised.
Nah, I'm iconic. And get this, he mumbled some apology, but zero deets on why. Was it for the racism tapes? For marrying Sky? For being a trash granddaddy? And check the audacity. Brooke's man Steven tried playing peacemaker. Slide in Hulk's DMs like "my wife almost died giving birth, meet your grandbabies." Hulk's response? Crickets or cold replies?
Guide them, protect them, you know, and it's all about the choices. You can only do the best you can, just guide them with wisdom, you know, and then just pray to God they make the right choice. That's all you can do.
Oh, savage level 100. Brooke found those texts after he died. And honey, that pain broke my heart, she said.
Less than a week after Hulk died from cardiac arrest, 37-year-old Brooke opened up to her 500,000 Instagram followers.
Meanwhile, Mama Linda crumbling like stale cornbread, posting "I'm weeping all day," screaming "I still love him" after 26 years divorced. But hold up, she also called Brooke a narcissist like Hulk earlier this year.
And try to, I'm sorry, it's so sad. And it's been 20 years and I'm still this sad. Somebody please explain that. I don't know.
Brooke clapped back. I got abused, verbally, mentally, sometimes physically. But Linda denied everything.
She alleged that she had experienced extreme verbal and mental abuse that at times turned physical. She said that sometimes, quote, it's not by the person you would assume.
Said Brooke broke her collarbone once? This family's more broken than Hulk's hip replacements.
And then you get that, if you just have that eternal faith, if you just believe like you believe that it's gonna happen, all of a sudden, you'll get a little nugget of hope.
Now Lil Bro Nick, dude's on a whole other vibe, posted daddy tributes calling Hulk his hero, shouting greatest dad ever. Meanwhile, Brooke's like, I stepped away to protect my heart. Same daddy? Two realities.
Hulkamania will live forever, man.
Nick stayed plugged in. He's the one who texted Brooke's man when Hulk died. No call, just ding. Yo, dad gone. I kiawaimi fam.
And we're hearing just in the last few minutes that the professional wrestling and entertainment star Hulk Hogan has died in the US. Just information coming from WWE in the last little while confirming that news.
Let's keep it a buck. Hulk was suffering. Dude had neck fusion surgery in May. Sky said his heart was strong, but broke after cardiac arrest. Years of wrestling left him with fake knees, hips, and zero feeling in his lower body.
Today, the medical examiner's report said that he died of a heart attack. It also said he previously had leukemia and an irregular heart rhythm. Many consider Hogan to be the biggest star in WWE's history.
Kurt Angle said nerves got snipped, but Brooke's final piece? I'd run through a burning building for him. She says he knew her love was pure, and she's grateful. Her last words were, I love you. No regrets, just prayers he's chillin' with God. The greatest championship.
The household name that became bigger than our sport. Idolized Hulk Hogan. Wanted to be him.
Look at this! He's me!
Now she's focused on her blessings, her hubby Steven, and them twins. While Linda's melting down and Sky's widow bossin'. Brooke's offline huggin' babies. Growth? We stan. So, what y'all think? Should Brooke have crashed that wedding? Is Linda messy or mourning? Smash that like, drop your wildest takes below, and subscribe for the funeral tea. Will Sky invite Brooke? Will Nick mediate? We comin' with updates. Shade Room ain't got this juice. Only us. Wink. Peace out, trauma survivors. Protect your peach!